How is everyone doing? Super excited and fired up to be here talking with each and every last one of you all. But y'all know how I like to start this video out. Do one of three things to me right now. Like, share, and comment, because you never know who might needs to hear this. And the whole purpose of me coming to you each and every week is to become the river and not the reservoir. So this provides you all with value so you can go out there and provide value to others. Now, what I want to kick off this week is we have rolled into 2023, and I really want everybody to visualize their future self this year. So you got to visualize this thing that you want. You must see it, feel it, and believe in it. And I want you to make a mental blueprint right now and begin to build on it. You have to basically see yourself there before you get there. I want to ask you a series of questions. I really want you to pause the video so you can basically reflect on these questions. What if you could step into your future and experience your future self? What does that person look like? What are they currently doing? What is the passion that they are pursuing? Like, I really want you to look back and see how you got there. So that's basically visualization. You have to imagine yourself as that person in order to act as that person. I'm going to say that again. You have to imagine yourself as that person in order to act as that person. I want you to do something today that your future self would thank you for tomorrow. Now, I think that's going to be pretty much the title to this video. Is going to be the best gift for your future self. And I'm going to be basically listing down 3 pivotal points that I will be giving you. So I highly advise, if you have a pen and pad handy, definitely use it, because there's going to be a lot of gems being dropped. But number one being, I'm going to put future self up here. We'll say 2023. Bam. So the number one point being is invest in your physical and mental health. Now, I'll put physical H and mental. And mental health. Hopefully you can see that. So I think I had heard, it was Jim Rohn said, basically, if you take care of your body, you must take care of your body, because it's the only place that you have to live. The more you move, the more you improve yourself. Now, we are all given one body. There is no backup, no anything like that. But if you choose to abuse the one that you have, you must expect that if you neglect it over time, your body can do 2 things. It will either give out on you, or it will retaliate in some way that you don't want it to do. So instead, we must choose to fuel our bodies with good food. Also feed our minds, because our minds, it goes along with the body with positive thoughts and self-love, and honor the body that we in. You must understand, if you do this on a regular basis, you will be rewarded with health and longevity. So with your physical health, what are you doing on a day-to-day basis to actually help you build yourself? Physically, you have to be moving every day. And I hold myself accountable for me moving every day. Now, when you're doing something in a physical aspect, you must have some level of self-confidence. Self-confidence and discipline. It builds both of them. With the self-discipline, what are you telling yourself when you really don't want to do it? Physically. Because in order for you to do something physically, it must move through your mental. Now, when we talk about mental health, who are you talking to? You must get yourself plugged in with the source. Now, I don't know anybody religion that's looking at this right now, but you must be able to talk to somebody in order to get help. So who are you talking to? Who are you listening to? The environment around you plays a major part in your mental health. You have to listen to good things in order for good things to come about in your life. What are you actually saying? All this goes into personal development. What are you reading? As they say, a man cannot survive on bread alone. And I think I was talking to my brother yesterday, DeAndre, and I was telling him, if you break down the word bread, it say be read. You must be reading. What type of information are you consuming to build yourself mentally? The information and the people that you have around you can either build you up or tear you down. It's all up to you, but you must have your physical in order and your mental in order to go on with this thing that's called life. Because it's going to be a comeback. And I'm telling you, the war zone is basically in your mind. When you can get your mind right, the body follows. If you can get your mind right, the body follows. You must understand that. It kind of go like, basically like in a circle. Physical, mental. Mental, physical. It work hand in hand with each other. Once you can get your mind right. When I say mind right, I'm talking about a mindset. It's a setting of the mind or a channel. You can basically choose how you're going to set your mind up for success, or are you going to set it up for failure? Channel. You are the remote controller to your life. You choose what channel you want your life to be on. Do you want it to be high or do you want it to be low? Help me understand. Do you want it to be high or do you want it to be low? It's all up to you. Once you make this determination, then it come about commitment. Are you committing to a better version of yourself? Or are you committed to the lesser version of yourself? Are you committed to being a student in life? Or are you committed to be the person that knows everything? There is no in between. You have to be able to grow yourself mentally. And once you grow yourself mentally, now you can grow yourself physically. But you have to be able to hold yourself accountable. Accountability pushes credibility. How you hold yourself accountable, it improves your credibility with yourself. As a leader, and I know everybody looking at this right now, if you cannot basically hold yourself accountable for something, then how can you hold people accountable for not believing in you if you don't believe in yourself? You can't hold nobody accountable if you can't hold yourself accountable. That's what it all plays into. So number 2 being, that was number 1. Number 2 being is invest in your financial freedom. So finance. And I'm going to put freedom. You have to invest in your financial freedom. Put FF equals dream life. You have to invest in your financial freedom. Now, I really want to break it down to you in a sense where you get it. Now, I got this training from somebody, one of my mentors, and he broke it down to me. And ever since then, it has never left me. It's 6 ways to use a dollar. Now, I'm going to put 6 up here. Put 6 ways to use, bam, a dollar. Now, your calculations might be different from mine, but it should all fall in line. So number 1 being savings. Now, before I even jump into this, I am in no way, shape, or form a financial advisor. You can take this information with a grain of salt or you can use it. But I'm not here to manage your finances. I'm not the person that's qualified to manage your finances but you. So I just want to put that out there, give you a fair warning before we even jump into this. Now, number 1 being savings. Whenever you do something or anything, you have to have a savings plan for yourself. And no matter what could go on, they always call it an emergency fund. You're saving for a future event that could possibly come up. You have to plan for the worst before the worst even happens. If you don't, you will fall to your circumstances. So always have you at least about, I say 3 to 6 months of income saved up. So every dollar that you get, you should put aside 10% of that dollar. You have to put aside 10% of every dollar that comes through your hand. I'm telling you, money do have wings. It fly wherever it can go, but you must be the person that direct that flight. So 10% of that should go to your savings. Now, your tithes and offerings. Wherever you are getting good food at, spiritual food, mental food, whatever it is, you should be giving something to that. Because it's giving life to you, so you should be contributing something to that. No matter whether it be church or organization, non-profit, for-profit, it doesn't matter. You should be tithing somewhere. Especially if you're gaining something from it. Always. So the church that you go to and it's giving you something that you can implement through life, why not give back to the cause? Because the more that you give, the more you shall have. The law of reciprocation. The law of reciprocation. Now, third being investing. Hopefully you can understand my writing. Hopefully. Investing. Oh, that's 10%. 10% also. 10%. You should tithe off of 10%. Now, investing. Anything that you should be doing investments. And I heard this saying, a man cannot become wealthy off his job alone. You must invest your way to financial freedom. Because investments pay you well after you invest. But a job only pays you when the work is done. Two different things. So you must invest. No matter whether it be stocks. I think I heard the Wall Street Trapper. He said, I am using all these products, whether it be Apple, True Religion, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you are using, you should have some vested interest in it. Because you're a consumer of the product, so why not own a piece of the product? Whenever you get paid, you should get paid. In currencies, we are using money every single day, so why should you not profit off of the dollars that you are using on a day-to-day basis? Adding along with another country, that's what they call the foreign exchange market. Media. You need to be investing in every single thing that you use every day, and you must invest 20% of that. 20% of every dollar you get, it should go to investing, especially if you want to retire yourself expeditiously. Because I'm telling you, your investments that you make today, it will fund your tomorrow. And living expenses. Now, we all live, right? We all live. Living expense. Your living expense. This should be the number one thing that you really should pay attention to when it comes. Because money, we all need money. A lot of people say they don't need money, but we rank it right up there with options. You need it to survive, and you need it to basically give more in life. But your living expenses. There could be your rent, car note, insurance, whatever it is. Now, where a lot of us fall kind of like out of space with, we let our expenses overshadow our income. But it should be the opposite way. Your income should overshadow your expenses. So quit biting off more than you can chew. And then now you find yourself bumping your head more and more, because you're like, why am I not getting ahead in life? It seems like I keep falling behind. This is what this is for. So you can get ahead. Start limiting your expenses and getting more assets to actually get you more money. That's why they call it investing. You're buying into assets. All this kind of play hand in hand with each other. All of it do. But don't let your expenses beat you up. Cut down your expenses so you can have more. And that's 25% also. 25%. Next point being taxes. You have to pay Uncle Sam. No matter what you do, you have to pay Uncle Sam. And I call this the uncle that I've never seen, but he's always in my pocket. You have to pay Uncle Sam. Now, it's different tax brackets that you can't be in, but at the end of the day, you know you have to pay taxes. So that should not be a surprise to anybody. The more work you do, you have to pay taxes. But it is ways around it. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. So if you know a good CPA or whatever it is, I highly advise that you go to them. But just know you do have to pay taxes. No matter what you do, you have to pay taxes. Taxes are a part of life. Get over it. When you do make some money, put some money to the side for your taxes. Especially if you're an entrepreneur. Don't let it fall to the point of the end of the year where you just spent all this money and then you haven't saved up no taxes to the side. So each dollar that you have, you need to be taking out at least 15% of that dollar. Just so you can put it to the side for Uncle Sam. However, whatever the percentage is for you, but just know you got to put aside some money to actually pay. Now, last point being, this is 6th point. And I think this is the most important point, actually. Yourself. Yourself. You have to be able to pay yourself. You do all this work throughout the week, and then now you find yourself, when you get that paycheck in 2 weeks, you paying everybody else but yourself. That, to me, that math is not math. You have to be able to pay yourself. Pay yourself first, and then worry about everything else later. Because if you did some work, you want some type of reward for the work that you did. I call it the big payoff. And that could typically be like 20%. So I'll put 20% here. That could typically be 20%. So with every dollar that you get, take 20% of that dollar out and pay yourself. Now, these are the 6 ways to basically use a dollar. And I heard Miles Monroe said, this is the most major thing that you can do in order to gain financial freedom. If you have an idea, you would never go broke. But if you have an idea that you actually put some action to, you are beyond wealthy. Everybody has ideas. Everybody. There are so many thoughts that go through your head in a day, and majority of them are negative. But when you have an idea, write it down. If you leave it to your mind, you'll forget every single time. Write down that idea and start to move on it. Because now once you start to move on it, there is no turning back. You have 2 options. It has to work or it has to work. There's no in between. So any idea that you have in 2023, start to pursue it. I don't care how big it is. The bigger the dream, the more the work. But you have to start with small steps in order to do big things. Just go out there and pursue it. No matter what it is. I want everybody right now to start pursuing their passion this year. But it all starts with an idea. Everything starts with an idea. This whiteboard, it started with an idea. This marketing I'm writing with, it started with an idea. This ring light, it started with an idea. This iPhone that I'm using right now, guess what? It started with an idea. So if God can do it in their life, why can't he do it in your life? Start moving more out of abundance than scarcity. Everybody's so in the niche of competition, you're taken away from your creativity in life. We are put here to be and become creative beings. We just have to tap into that power. And once you tap into that power, you will be financially free. But just start to act on whatever it is right now. And number 3, this is the most important point of it all. I think I have some more space on the board. So number 3, build a loving family. I'm going to draw hard up here. Build a loving family. This is so vital because you need to surround yourself with individuals who push you up, not hold you back. Tell you good things. Now, I'm not saying you need to adopt their opinions, because obviously their opinions really doesn't matter as long as you have a dream. But you do need people to help you get through the tough spots. Wherever your journey is, wherever you're trying to go, it's going to be hard. You're going to need some good people in your ear to actually push you whenever you don't want to be pushed. So you need to get a nice, tight-knit family to help you with it. And these people don't have to be blood. I'm telling you this. The people that you have around you who you call family do not have to be blood. Because the people that I have around me right now, I thank God for them. God put them in my life for a purpose. And I call them family. And guess what? They're not blood. But we are tied together by vision, determination, and goals. Vision, determination, and goals. That's my family. And if you know, you know. Now, I hope you took some type of value from your future self in 2023, because these are the solid foundations that you need to prosper your current life to your future self. Don't get stuck where you are right now. Look in your mind sight to see who you truly are. Build on your future self today. But start with these 3 things. Your physical, your mental. Try to gain some type of financial freedom. And how you use your money. Because money is only a resource. It's just about how resourceful can you use it. It's a tool. Don't never look at it as an object. It's just a tool. And then number 3, family. And I appreciate all y'all for looking at this, family. That's why I love each and every last one of you all. So let's get out there this week and let's grow with each other. But if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you doing? Subscribe now so you never miss any type of value being dropped on a week-to-week basis. And if you haven't heard me and my brother's podcast, definitely go and check it out. We are streaming everywhere that you can possibly find podcasts. And it's called the Mind Report Podcast. We dropping gems every single week to actually help you go out there and actually check your thoughts so we can have a better thought year. Because the more positive thoughts you have, the more positive things you do. So definitely go and check that out. But y'all have a good one, and let's go and get ourselves prepared for our future self. But do something today. I challenge everybody to do something today that your future self will thank you for. But y'all have a good one. I love y'all, all right?